Welcome to Perfect Piano. I'm James Vickers. In this 15th video, we'll be looking at some tips about practice. It's worth remembering that when we are learning a new piece, we are laying down habits, both good and bad. My trombone professor, Harold Nash at the Academy, used to say to learn properly, play something correctly 3 times in a row for every single time you got it wrong. Therefore, approach a new piece slowly, making as few errors as possible. I also remembering when collecting my first grant check at the Academy, a student in front of me claimed he had Paganini's fingering to Beethoven Fifth. That's all well and good, but are his hands and technique the same as good? For me, while fingering can help learning, don't be trapped by it. While fingering helps muscle memory, make sure your fingering suits you and the way you are trying to phrase. Use the finger for each note, note for each finger rule where possible. Notice I've set up here specifically with a wide gap to the right hand thumb, but otherwise each finger has a note in the left hand and the right hand. The finger for each note, note for each finger rule actually helps muscle memory. Errors are made in the run-up to mistakes, not at the time of playing. It's important you don't just correct a mistake, but go back a few beats or even bars so you can check your understanding of what's been asked of your fingers. As well as practicing in separate hands, if it's a run or a scale, practice in different dotted rhythms, alternating which is long and which is short. And that then evens out into a full scale. If it's a jump that is causing difficulty, check the flight path. You should be over the note or chord that you're jumping to before actually descending on it. If that is still causing difficulty, try adding an octave. Then when you come back to playing it in situ, it'll feel much easier. In other words, make things easy so the fingers can understand, but also make things more difficult so they become easier when you're actually playing. Be honest with yourself about when you're struggling. Don't just play the bits you can play, also practice the bits you can't. However, if stuck, move on to the next section, the next piece, and try again later. The brain refreshes and the learning will actually become better with a gap. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day. Thanks for watching. Next time we'll be discussing reading. Subscribe to Perfect Piano so as not to miss it.